So imagine this woman with me, okay? She is a president, vice president. She is a founder of a really successful brand. She might be a senior partner, senior manager. She is the epitome of what success is supposed to look like. She looks good, she performs well. And the truth is, she is successful. It's not like she's pretending or anything. She does well in her career. She has done well in her education. She commits and pours into her family, whatever structure that takes. She is successful, at least on the outside. But when she closes the door, when she has her private moments, when she is free to just sit, ease up her shoulders, relax, and just let it all hang free, so to speak, she feels like a fraud. She feels like a financial fraud. I want to introduce you to the concept or the mindset that I have called the imposter earner. You see, that mindset is a gap. It exists in the gap between your external success, which is valid, and your internal sense of security. The imposter earner does not believe that her success is actually true or real, or she does not believe that, she's entitled to it or that she actually belongs. The imposter earner mindset, it exists when high earning, well earning, successful women feel like a financial fraud. And today, for this episode, I am dismantling the myth that more money automatically equals more confidence. I have seen it so many times that I know for a fact that the two do not get joined by an equal sign, and it is not a direct linear experience. I'd also like to show you in this episode how you can bridge the gap using the evolution pillar of my care methodology. So, welcome to this episode of Catalyst Conversations. I am your host, Hadriana Leo, and I hope you're ready because we're about to jump right in. First things first, let's talk a little bit about where this is coming from. It comes from a few different places, and depending on your experiences, depending on how you've been socialized, depending on any number of, kind of contributing factors, this could show up with roots that come from different places, but it's still showing up for you as an imposter earner mindset. So one of the places that I see very often is that should shame. So should shame, it is that space where I see that deep-seated belief that because you're so successful at what you do, at how you show up, you're so successful at all the other things that you're doing, that you should be naturally brilliant at money. That should shame hits hard. And its repercussions it's almost like an ongoing cycle. It's hard to get out of because here's what happens when your imposter earner mindset is rooted in the should shame. You should have known better. You should be better at this. You should have seen it coming. All of these things are at the root of the should shame. The scary thing about the should shame is that it actually leads you to hiding. And not just hiding, but hiding to the point where your should shame only gets worse. Your imposter earner mindset only gets worse. So here's how it kind of plays out. For that woman, because she thinks she should know better, she does not ask questions. She does not challenge her professional that is supposed to be working for her. Because she thinks that she should know better, she hides that vulnerability and it just gets worse. It looks like instead of investing in the stock market, you hold a lot of money in cash in your investment accounts, if you even have investment accounts. Perhaps you're thinking, I should be so much better at this, that you will not go to the advisor and say, you know what, I have 100K sitting in a checking account in my bank, and I know I should be doing better with it, but I'm not. These conversations don't happen because you're so stuck in the shame of what you should know that you're not coming up for air and thinking, I need help. Who can I ask? That hiding is just making your situation even worse. So that's one place that imposter earner mindset could be coming from. Another would be a wealth blind spot. There are things about our innate personality that are contributing to how we are experiencing money, and they're neither good nor bad. It's just a personality trait. The thing about this is, if you don't understand these nuances about your personality, you don't actually see one, how it's affecting your relationship with money, and two, how to neutralize it or even leverage it. If we are unaware about those blind spots that exist in how we interact with money, we will never be able to actually resolve them. Understand this. Your personality is your personality. It's who you are. But when we're looking at a wealth blind spot, it's usually sitting in places and spaces where we cannot see or we don't want to look. Our personality traits make us see that the issues we're having with money and with our imposter earner mindset, it does not sit within a mathematical problem. We're not having a numbers situation. We're actually having an identity issue. Because of those blind spots in our personality and how we approach different things and how we resolve certain things, we are having we're having a struggle in our identity, and we need to either neutralize these traits and clear up the blind spots, or clear up the blind spots and then leverage these traits, because not everything about who we are is necessarily the easiest thing to manage. But once we are aware of it, once we can see what the blind spot is, we can be creative in how we can use that knowledge to move us in the directions we want to go along our wealth journey. Another thing that I see contributing to that imposter earner mindset is that reactionary play, that space where we are earners as opposed to architects. So, what do I mean by that? The one who is just earning money without a plan, without a vision, without a dream or a goal, you're earning and you are essentially reactive all the time. You earn because it is a response to the bills that you have to pay. You are driven by the financial obligations or the things that move you are, you're earning well because you have a competitive streak and you want to go after that bonus. You might be earning well not because you actually want to be doing the thing, but you are reacting to the news that's coming from BNN or the markets, the economy, the political yahoos that speak loudly and make no sense. When our earning is reactionary, we are not in the driver's seat. We are at the mercy of everything happening outside ourselves, and it makes our journey very bumpy. It makes our destination somebody else's decision, and it just does not give us the connection that we want when we experience wealth. Juxtapose that to the wealth architect approach. The wealth architect actually earns from a point of proaction, proactivity, because she is building wealth according to a blueprint that she has put together and designed. I want us to understand that even as sovereignty is being threatened all across the globe these days, that you can have strategic sovereignty in your finances because you can own your seat at the financial table. You need to be able to move away from reacting to these external stimuli and guiding your journey. Saying, this is what I want. This is the dream that I am nurturing. These are the goals that I want to reach. Moving along your journey from that state, from that place of knowing and being, allows you to be a wealth architect as opposed to a reactive earner. So, when we see the imposter earner mindset, it usually stems from some sort of misalignment across one of these three, or maybe some others as well. But we usually see some sort of misalignment at its root. So when you're shitting all over your place, there's some sort of misalignment. When you are looking at not finding your at looking and not finding or identifying your wealth blind spot, there's usually some sort of misalignment. When you are kind of orchestrating your wealth from a reactionary position, there is some sort of misalignment. Oftentimes, you will feel like a fraud because there is a disconnect between how you're earning your money and your personal sense of what is purposeful, meaningful work. Now, understand this. I don't know where it's coming from. I'm not a psychologist, psychiatrist, or anything like that. I'm a counselor. My roots are in therapy and finance. So these together allow me to do the work that I do. But understand that when that disconnect shows up between how we're making the tons of money that we're making and our sense of purpose, we really end up with this misalignment that is so great, it throws everything else off. You are in a high paying role, and if it doesn't align with your values, it almost feels like a bribe to stay in the role that you're in rather than a reward for purposeful work. If you're in a position that's not speaking your language, that's not giving you the feedback loop that makes you want to come and do it again, rinse and repeat, because that's a great way to create revenue, we are in a place of misalignment and we feel like we are not worthy. As women, we take on so much. So much of our identity is kind of, rooted in how we earn, how we're perceived, how others view us. So understand that the misalignment that exists in your experience with money, in that imposter earner mindset, can be resolved if you commit to your own evolution. Before you can evolve to that place, before you can move your identity into this new stage of your wealth journey, you need to seek alignment. You need to ensure that you're building the skills, the confidence, and the internal dialogue that supports this stage of your wealth journey. So please, if you are hearing the imposter in your ear, even now as I'm speaking, if you are seeing opportunities come across your desk or in conversations with peers or colleagues, if you are having that temptation to explore more, but you're holding back because you're thinking to yourself, I really should know better, I will encourage you to seek the right support systems. Seek the support that provides you with the no shame game, judgment free assistance, as well as the supports you need within a confidential, unique engagement. You're not looking for financial literacy help. That's not going to resolve the imposter earner. You're not looking for someone to help you create a budget. That is not going to help you resolve the imposter earner mindset. You need custom, unique to you solutions that acknowledges where you are in this stage of wealth. Yes, you can have your lattes custom from the shop down the street that costs way more than it should, but you have the money for that. That is not, you're not at that stage where you're looking to cut this and cut that. No, you're looking for the support that meets you where you are and does so in such a way that you can let go of the shoulds and release yourself to experience wealth and ask questions in a safe space. I want you to understand this. Financial confidence, it is a skill that you build. It's not a trait that we're born with. And it's definitely not a trait that is socially nurtured because of the way the financial system has been set up around us. As women, we are that trait is not nurtured. It is not a trait that you're born with. Financial confidence is a skill that you build. Now, you've already proven that you can master complex systems in your career. You have proven that you can have the career and have the family if that is what you've chosen. You have proven that you can step into unknown, situations and creatively resolve and master them even. You've proven that you're a great leader. You've proven that you can sit in the chair and command respect and acknowledgement of all that you have achieved. Your wealth is simply the next system for you to master. So understand that it's not something that you're lacking. It's something that you need to build. If you are looking for that financial confidence, if anything that I've said has resonated with you, I think it's time for you to kind of stop guessing. Your first step is to stop guessing whether or not you have symptoms of the imposter earner mindset. And I've designed the Catalyst Index to do exactly that. Go to my website, MoneyNavigator.ca, and click on the resources tab. In there, you will find the link to the Catalyst Index. This will help you identify which mindset block is actually keeping you in that imposter earner cycle. It's time for you to get some answers. And the work that I do is designed for just that. If nothing else, understand your wealth blind spot, understand where that imposter earner is speaking from, and commit to owning your wealth journey and being in that seat that you are definitely worthy of. Leave the shoulds to the shouldas. Leave all the other expectations to everyone else. Commit to your strategic financial sovereignty and let's get out there and live our best wealth journey. I hope I see you on another episode of Catalyst Conversations. Until next time, take care.